Hey, well, boy, howdy, boys and girls, men and women of all ages and walks of life. Welcome once again to the building side of the garage here at Randy's Guitar Shop. Thanks, Robert. Robert got a new tractor. Woo! Anyways, guys, what are we going to do today? Remember, I just showed you this the other day. This is another project guitar I've got. It started out as a Squire Mustang Bullet Series or Sonic, I'm not sure. Let's see how long it takes to take electric guitar pretty much completely apart. How about that? Let's just get started. Let's not fool around. Gotta do the strings first. And this is gonna be real time, guys. This isn't gonna be, some fancy where I speed it all up. I can already tell you these tuners are gonna be replaced. As you know, I always like locking tuners. So I will continue to use those, even though these things are really, really pretty cheap. Let's get a, maybe if we can use this thing. Okay, here we go. We're gonna start. Here it goes. Besides, by the way, that's a number 24 on my loop pedal. For your listening and dining pleasure, of course. And I hope you're having a wonderful and a blessed day today. The 4th is tomorrow. Big day in America. If you're in America, if you love your country, if you love your city and your state, you better be careful with your fireworks. It's going to be over 110 for a whole bunch of days here in a row. So we got to be real careful. Okay, there's that part of it. Let's take these guys off. And I'm not trying to set any world records here. I just wanted you guys to see what, how daunting or how undaunting of a task kind of disassembling a guitar is. Thought you might get a kick out of it. So I can't not poke myself to death. All right, guys. We'll get rid of these. Yeah, we got a heat wave coming on. I wasn't going to make any more videos, but you know, I've been wanting to start on this project, even though I do have the gem project over there still kind of off in the wings, but it's still got to, I just wanted to get this going so I'd be a little more motivated to get to work on something here. All right. Remember, we're not speeding anything up or slowing anything down. I'll just kind of set these off to the side for now. Right over here with the other ones. What should be next? Well, heck, let's take the neck off. Ooh. As you can see, it is a Squire. While we're doing this, just for the fun of it, we'll see how good this darn thing fits on here in the first place. And you know me, I will revise. Hey, it doesn't even have a hole. I will reshape this here to my specification, to my my liking. Wow, got a sliver on that one. Oh, look at that. They plugged the hole. So we're not going to go into doing anything fancy with this thing today. Let's see how this thing actually fits in the neck pocket. It's reasonably tight, and it was, as you saw in that video, it played well and the strings lined up good. So we got that going. We got that off of there. Let's just finish this neck. So these just come off, and very rattly. And I don't see any screws on the back, so they're only held on by these. No wonder they're kind of crummy. Let's tighten one up just for the fun of it, really tight. Still wiggles. So, we know likey. We take off. And as you well know, I love locking tuners. So I will always keep locking tuners on my guitars if I can. Boy, every one of them was finger tight at the best. And it still played pretty good. You saw that in the old video there. This one's going to get pretty heavily modified. And I'm also going to say something. I give a shout out to my pal J-Man. I love watching his videos. If you guys aren't subscribed to him or don't know about him, it's just capital J-Man. He's out of Canada, Prince Edward Island, I think it's called. And I'll tell you what, he does this stuff on steroids. I didn't say he's on steroids, but he finds uses for these little washers and stuff, which a lot of guys would just disregard or toss out or whatever. He's a lot of fun. He's an incredible player. Anyways, guys, that's my little pitch for J-Man. I'll pitch somebody else next week, maybe. Yep. But as I said, this neck feels very good. And is almost unfinished. I'm not sure if it's got any finish on it or not. So I will oil it up and take care of all that stuff and put a decal on here. I'll probably put the Squire one on. I still don't really feel good about sticking my name on something that came built already. It's one thing if I build a kit, that's, you know, I did that. But I just don't feel good about sticking my name on it that somebody else built. Alright, we got to have our little tiny screwdriver here to take these string trees off. Terrible string trees will make those go away too, but we'll save the little standoffs, because that's also something you can reuse somewhere else. Well, how are we doing so far? I just want you guys to see this is really not a daunting task. It can be pretty easily done. And these are the same size, the little standoffs. They're the same height. Okay. And I'll have my own neck plate for this later. I'll just put that aside also. Alright guys, what's next? This is done. It does have a skunk stripe. And I'll tell you what, it just does not feel like there's any finish. If there is, it's a satin. And I think maybe we can see that because here it's much more raw. So it has a very slight finish, but I kind of like that. But I'll probably shape this neck just a little bit. Alright guys, let's set him to the side, like right over here. And these are my favorite 24-inch scale. And I don't have one of these groovy dudes that has a 24. 24.75 and 25.5. Alright, let's carry on, my wayward sons and daughters. Let's take the pick guard off. No, let's take this off first. Let's take the bridge off. Now, this is a top mount string deal, and I'm pretty sure if I decide I'm going to really do a good job on this, like my other ones, I'll probably buy a string through bridge for it and drill it out. So we can look forward to that little fun time. You know, there's nothing really wrong with this bridge, but top loads I just don't think have quite as good a sustain as a string through. And I could be wrong about that, but sometimes these things just don't like to come all the way out. Does that mean they're stripped? They could be. So we're running into our first little issue here. This doesn't want to come out. Maybe somebody glued it in. I think it's coming out now though. Yep. And I think there is one more. Yep. See if I can get this in there. Alright. There goes that bridge. Bye-bye bridge, and it does have a ground cable. Isn't that cool? And you know, with humbuckers, you usually don't have to have the super heavy-duty extra ground cable. It's always nice to have, but you don't have to have it. Alright. Bag-o parts. There we go. Let us take off the control plate next. By the way, as you probably have guessed by now, if you've watched my channel at all for very long, I love the layout of these. The only thing I don't like is the three-way switch. I may put in one here, depending on what we find underneath here. I like the Stratocaster style switch. I just have always liked that. It's very familiar to me. It's just something I like to have. Alright, see they've got a little bit of grounding paint in here. It's not a terrible job. Tiny, tiny pots, little itty bitty capacitor. Anyways, guys, who knows what will end up on there. I'm going to take one of these out and see how they're doing. Just seeing if they're the same. They're the same. Kind of fun, isn't it? Destroying a perfectly good instrument. Oh, as long as we're talking about that, here's what we're going to do with this thing. We are going to put these cool P90s in here. And the guitar will basically stay white, I think. So that's going to be pretty cool looking. Anyways, guys, so that's what's going to happen here. I've always wanted a set of P90s. I don't have one. I don't have them on any of my guitars. These are simple 2-wire pickups, which I like. Alright, let's keep taking this thing apart. Putting John. Besides, as long as I'm steering you guys to other channels, the guy discovered a while back, I've been watching him for a while, but Sean and Kathy at Squire My Guitar, they are absolutely fun. He builds phenomenal instruments. He has them built. He builds them himself. He modifies. He does all that stuff. And he's just a hoot to watch. And he's really, really knowledgeable. Well, what do we have hiding underneath here, guys? One more screw. What else? All right. Let's see what we got going on this little, basically cheap, Chinese-made, inspected by... Wow, inspected by a squiggle. But at least it was inspected. These are obviously ceramic pickups. Look at that, they even shielded the cool switch. So what do we got going here? And we can take this off. And we're done, guys. We're done. Anyways, and what I have here, I'll show you. I have a spare box, and I decided to save some of these. It's a kit box. I'll just put this right in that box. It'll be completely disassembled and ready to get reassembled and fixed up. So what are we going to do with it? I'm 99% sure this is what we're going to do. I've never done one like this. I've watched a lot of videos on it. But my buddy, as I think you've seen in another video, had this left over from a cool vest his wife made for him. And I think this would be a really cool looking top of a guitar. And yeah, I would probably try to do the pick guard too, maybe. So it'd be all one big long piece. But we'll see what happens. It's pretty cool. I think I've showed this to you before, guys. Anyways, thanks to my friend Bruce and his wife for giving me this piece of material. I honestly don't know if I'll be able to pull that off. If not, it'll end up being something else. I do have a white guitar already. I'm trying not to have too many same color guitars. Anyways, guys, that's what it took. Yeah, nice pool around here. I could put 3 pickups in here if I wanted to. And actually, yeah, they will fit in here. But I don't want to have, you know, too many 3 pickup guitars. I just would, because this thing sounded really good if you hadn't noticed. At least I thought it did. But I have to cut it out right here. I probably have to cut all that away, and that'd take a lot more weight off of this thing, and it's super featherweight to begin with. So we'll see what happens there. I'm not going to bother you with putting it back in the box. Anyways, guys, I love y'all for watching my videos. Thank you so much. If you do enjoy them, please share the videos with your like-minded friends. Subscribe. Hit the thumbs up button. And don't forget, have a great 4th. No matter where you live, don't forget to pray for the world in upheaval. Don't forget to pray for your country, whatever country it is. And don't forget to pray for your friends, neighbors, and loved ones that need medical attention. But we got plenty of that around here these days. So keep that in mind. Keep your thoughts and prayers going to the Father. Let's get everything on a road to healing. Anyways, guys, once again, I love you for watching the videos. J-Man is a great guy to watch. Scar My Guitar, Philip McKnight. There's so many I could talk about that it's ridiculous. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed a complete disassembly. It only took us, what, probably 5 or 6 minutes? I don't know. So go out there, tear your guitars apart. Love y'all. See you later. Bye-bye.